guys, welcome to the channel. I'm Divya Biano. I work as a software developer in Glance. I have been associated with Newton School from the past few months as a mentor. Newton School is a platform which prepares you for a career in tech. It has courses designed for students, working professionals, and also with women with no tech background. Newton School first trains you for a full 6 months and helps you in becoming amazing full stack developers. It has a network of more than 300 companies. So once the training is complete, Newton School also ensures that you get placed in some of the best companies in the country. And the best part about this program is that this is a pay after placement program, which means that you don't have to pay Newton School until and unless you get placed in a company with a minimum of 5 lakh C2C. Launchpad is another such initiative taken by Newton School. It is for people who want to learn coding from scratch and also learn the basics of different programming languages for absolutely free of cost. This video is also available in the Launchpad section of Newton School, where you can practice different assignments and quizzes related to the course. Please do check out the Launchpad section. I will share the link with you in the description. In today's video, we are going to discuss the problem, check whether a binary tree is a binary search tree. So the question goes like, given a binary tree, check whether it is a binary search tree or not. Pretty simple. So let's see what our input and output is, and then we'll come to the fact what is a binary search tree and how is it different from binary tree. So our input is going to be a root node of the tree through which we can iterate through, to the whole tree. And our output is going to be Boolean, which will basically depict whether it is a binary search tree or not. Simple. Now, coming to the fact that given a binary tree, we have to check whether it is a BST or not. So what are the differentiation between binary tree and binary search tree? So structurally, there is no difference between binary tree and binary search tree. Binary tree has a root element similar to binary search tree. It has left and right children similar to binary search tree. So basically it can have at most 2 children. Okay. The only difference between binary search tree and binary tree is the relation with its parent node. Now, while binary tree has only relation with parent node in the sense with from which parent it is originating, binary search tree has a value restriction. So I'll tell you what. So given a node, okay, and its 2 children, okay, so suppose this node has value 0. So its left child has to have value less than x and the right child has to have value greater than x. That means that given a node, the right child will always have value greater than the parent node and the left child will have values less than the parent node, less than equal to. It can be both. It just depends on what the requirement in this particular problem. It can be less than equal to and greater than equal to. And this follow throughout its grandchildren, great grandchildren as well. So that means that, say suppose if this value is y, okay, and this particular node also has 2 values. So what it is going to be that though this particular is a left child, so its value has to be less than y, equals to y, right? The definition of binary search tree. But at the same time, because it is in the iteration, the path of the right subtree of the node which has the value x, so it has to be greater than equals to x as well. Okay, and this particular node, okay, has to be greater than equals to y. Also, because it is in the right path of the x data's node, it also has to be greater than x. But since we already know x is greater than y, so this particular condition is satisfied if it is greater than y. Okay, similarly here as well, as we know, this particular node is on the left side. So it suppose if this has a value z, so this has to be less than equals to z. Also, because it is in the left path, okay, of the child of the x data's node, so this also has to be less than x. But since we already know that z is less than equals to x, so if we have a value less than equals to z, this is already satisfied. Now here the value has to be greater than equals to x based on the binary search tree definition. But at the greater than equals to z, because the value here is z. So but at the same time, because it is in the left path, okay, of the x data node, it also has to be less than equals to x. Okay, so this is how binary search tree has to follow certain restrictions. So given a binary tree, we have to just check whether these restrictions are followed or not. If they are followed, it is a binary search tree. So through this, we can also come to know that all binary search trees are binary tree, but the opposite is not true. Okay, so what here we can do is, if we basically what we have to do is, we just need to know, if we are at a particular node, we just need to know whether what can be the minimum and maximum value of that particular node, and whether our current node lies in that particular value or not. If it lies, that means that particular node follows the binary search tree criteria. If it doesn't lie, it does not follow, and that means this tree is not a binary search tree. And if all the nodes in that particular tree follow the binary search tree criteria, that means the whole tree is binary search tree. Okay, so our basic concept is just to know the minimum and maximum value which that particular node can hold, and through that we can transfer to the left and the right child of it. Basically all nodes at a elemental level should know what the minimum and maximum value it can hold. Okay, and if we can check that, we can come across whether it is a binary search tree or not. Okay, so let's come at the root level. What value can it hold? Since the root has no parent, that means it has an endless condition. It can range from min to the max. Okay, but same is not true for the left and right subtree. Okay, so the left subtree can have values from min to whatever this value has, x. Okay, and the right subtree can have x to max. Okay, so basically what we can figure out from this is that in the left subtree, the minimum of the parent, okay, also has to be the minimum of the left subtree, but the maximum gets changed. Why? Because now maximum has to be x or less than equals to basically x. Similarly, in the right subtree, we see that the max can be equivalent to the parent subtree, right? But the minimum now has to be x. Why? Because the value has to be greater than equals to x, right? So this is how we can iterate through our left and right subtrees and can provide them with min and max value. Okay, so now let's write the pseudocode for this. So given a function which says if it is binary search tree or not, okay, and we have a node. What we also need is a min and max value, right? So what we are going to first check here is if root equals to null. If root equals to null, that means it has no value. So we are just going to return true. Okay. Then we are going to check whether this particular node follows the binary search tree or not. So if our say suppose root's value is less than min or it is greater than max, that means it is violating the restrictions that we have on like a restriction we have for this particular node's data. So we are going to return false. Now if the opposite is true, that means if the root's value is in between min and max, that means that this particular node holds true and it is a binary search tree. So the first question that can come into our minds is, shouldn't we return true here only? The answer is no. Why? Because we have checked that this particular node holds the constructs and restrictions of a binary search tree, but we haven't checked it yet for its children. So we also have to check it for its left and right subtree, and only when the left subtree is a binary search tree and a right subtree is binary search tree, as well as the node follows the restriction, only with these three combinations we can for sure say that this particular subtree is a binary search tree. Okay, so here what we are going to do is we are going to check for the left subtree first. Okay, So we are going to pass the root dot left, and as we know, for the min we don't have to change, it will be min, but max gets changed for the left subtree and it will become roots dot value. Okay, now before going to check the right subtree, if our left subtree is not a binary subtree, basically it's not a binary search tree, so at that point only we can return false, right? Why to go through the whole right subtree as well? Because anyways, even if one node does not follow the restriction, the whole tree becomes a non-binary search tree. So if a left binary tree is not a binary search tree, we are going to return false. Else, now if it has come till this level where we fall into the else category, that means our node basically follows the restriction and our left binary tree is a binary search tree. So we only need to check the third condition, which is if our right binary tree, basically the right child binary tree, is a binary search tree or not. So we will return is BST, which is root dot right. And as we know, for root dot right, our min gets changed because now the value can only be greater than equals to root dot value, and our max does not get changed. Okay, so this is the pseudocode. Now let's run it on our given example. So our given example is 4, 2, 1, 3, 5, 6. Okay, so initially the min and max value is based on your language that you are using, the min value and the max value. So integer dot min value and integer dot max value. Okay, so what we are going to check if our root is equals to null. No, it is not. Then we are going to check if roots dot value is less than minimum or greater than max. No, 4 is not less than min value and 4 is not greater than max value. So our first condition is good to go. Then we go to the left subtree. Now when we go to the left subtree, our min value is still the same, which is the min value, integer dot min value, but the max value has now changed to 4. That means this whole tree and it's basically this node and its left child and the right child's tree cannot have any value greater than equals to 4. Okay, so then we check if our root is equals to null. No, it's not null. Then we check if our roots value is less than min or greater than max. No, it's not. So that means this node follows the restriction of binary search tree. So now we go to the next left node of this particular tree. Now here when we go, so our min doesn't get changed, but our max gets changed. Now this particular node and its left and right child cannot have values more than 2. And also 4, but since it cannot have values greater than 2, of course it cannot also have values greater than 4. So now we check if this root is equals to null. No, it is not. But then we check if the value is less than min, which is min, and greater than 2. No, it is not. So the node follows the restriction. So we go to its left child, which is null. We check if root is equals to null. Yes, so we return true. Now since its left child is returning true, only then we'll check the right. Okay, if this would have returned false, that means our tree is not binary search tree. Okay, then we go to the right child, which is also null, so it will return true. Now since all the three conditions are met, so our code will return true here. And since for the two values node, the left subtree is a binary search tree, so we'll go to the right. So the right node has basically the arguments that will go is the min value is now going to get changed, because now since this is at the right path of 2, that means the minimum value it can have is 2 and the max does not get changed. Okay, so we will check if root is equals to null. No, it is not. Then we'll check if 3 is less than min or 3 is greater than max. No, it is not according to this particular condition. So this particular node also holds the restriction. So now we are going to go to its left child, which is null. So it will return true. Then we are going to go to its right child, which is also null. So it is going to return true. Now for the 3 node, both the left subchild, the right subchild and the node itself follows the restriction. So it is going to return true. Now for the 2th node, both the left tree, both the right subtree and the node itself has followed and has returned true. So we are going to return true to 4th. and now 4 is going to go to the right subchild. So when we go to the right subchild, so what is going to happen is the min value is going to get changed, because now it is at the right path, so it cannot have a value less than 4. So it will have min to be 4 and max is not going to get changed. So now we are going to check if root is equals to null. No, it is not. Then if root is less than min or greater than max, no, it is not. So that means this node also holds the restriction. So now we are going to go to the left subchild, which is null, so it is going to return true. Then we'll go to the right subchild, which is 6. So now our condition, our min and max is going to be, min is going to be 5 now, because it is at the right subchild, so it can only have values greater than or equal to 5, and the max is not going to get changed. Okay, just one correction here, that while we were at 3 right here, so while we were here at 3, so our if you would have remember, our min was 2, but our max here was not max, our max here was 4. Okay, because here the 2th node's max is 4. So just here the change is that it was not max, it was 4. Okay, now coming back to 6th. Okay, so at 6 it is not less than min or it is not greater than max. Okay, so we will go to its left subchild, which is null, so it will return true. Then we'll go to its right subchild, which is null, so it will return true. Now for 6th case, both the left subchild, the right subtree and the node itself holds the constraint, so we are going to return true. Now for 5, both the left tree, the right subtree and the node itself has hold the construction, so we are going to return true. Now for 4, both the node, left subtree, right subtree and the node itself has hold the constraint, so we are going to return true, and so this binary tree is a binary search tree. Okay, now let's run it for a tree which is not, say, a binary search tree. So what we are going to do is we are just going to reverse here. So have here 3. Okay, so we have just added in this particular example only a left node for the 5th value node, that is 3. Okay, so now we'll go across the same. So now as we know, 4 will have min and max. Then it will check whether 4 is less than min or greater than max. No, it is not. So we'll go to the left subtree, and here our min will become min and our max will become 4. Okay, so we'll check if 2 is less than min or 2 is greater than 4. No, it is not. So it will go to the left node, and our min will become min and our max will become 2. So here we'll check if 1 is less than min or 1 is greater than 2. No, it's not. So we'll go to its child's element, which are both null, so they are going to return true. So here, okay, so here 1 is also going to return true, so we are going to go to 3. Now here min will become 2 and max will still remain the same, which is 4. Okay, so we are going to check if 2 is less than 3 or 2 is if 2 is less than 3 or if 3 is greater than 4. Basically, if 3 is less than min and or 3 is greater than max. No, it is not true. So we are going to go to its left subchild, which is null, so it will return true. Then we are going to go to the right subchild, which is also null, so it is going to return true. So now this particular value will return true, and since both the left and the right subtree of the node 2 are binary search tree, and node also follows the binary search tree restriction, so it is going to return true. Now 4 is going to go to the right subchild, so min will become 4 and max will still remain same, max. Okay, then we'll check if 5 is greater than 5 is less than min, which is 5 is less than 4. No, it is not. 5 is greater than max. No, it is not. So we'll go to the left subchild. Now when we go to the left subchild, so our min will still remain 4, right? But our max will become 5, right? So then we'll check the condition if 3 is less than min. Yes, 3 is less than min in this particular case. So though for its immediate parent, it is following the binary search tree condition. That means 3 is less than 5, right? So to its immediate parents, it is following the binary search tree. But if you remember the full path, it came from 4's right child, right? So 4's right child means every value in that particular subtree has to be greater than 4, which it is not. So this will return false immediately, And since this has returned false, we are not going to check for the right subtree. We are immediately going to return false, and our code will return false, and this means this is not a binary search tree. So this is the whole approach and the solution to binary search tree. Now let's start coding. So first we'll start with creating a new function which will basically have a node and the min and max value that it can hold. After that, we are going to check if our root is equals to null. If it is equals to null, that means there is no value that it can have restriction, so we are going to return true. Else we are going to check that if roots.value is less than min, or if root.val is greater than max, then that means it is violating the constraint, so we are going to return false. Then we are going to check is left BST, basically the left subtree, root left, and as we know the min value will not change for the left, but the max value will get changed and it will be root.val. If our left BST is not a binary search tree, so there and then we are going to return false. Else we are going to return the result of our right BST. And for the right, as you know, one second, let me just remove the int from here. As we know, the min gets changed because now it can have value greater than or equals to val. The max will remain the same. And so this is the code. And now in this particular BST, what we are going to do is we are going to call the BST util with our current root, and for the node value, the root value, the minimum and maximum restriction is int min value as well as integer dot max value. So the code is complete. Now let's see what our output is going to be. As you see, it's true because I have taken the tree as to be the exact tree that we had for an example. Now let's try to make the let's try to add in the right subtree's left element as tree node 3. That is the second example that we took, which was not a valid subtree, and let's see what our output is going to be there. As you see, it's false. So this is the code to check whether a binary tree is a binary search tree or not. I hope you liked the solution as well as the code. Please do give this a try on the Newton School's Launchpad. Thank you.